I have a question for you. What purple McDonald's character, introduced in 1971 as part of McDonaldland, is known for his love of milkshakes? Hi, I'm Mark Ellison, host of the podcast 5 Daily Trivia Questions. Here's another question. What NFL team, founded in 1961, is known for its purple uniforms and Viking horn logo? No, the questions aren't always purple, but we do have theme days on 5 Daily Trivia Questions. Here's one more. What 1984 Prince film and album features the hit songs When Doves Cry and a song about rain? Follow 5 Daily Trivia Questions and come play along. Oh, and the answers: The Grimace, The Vikings, and Purple Rain. 5 Daily Trivia Questions wherever you get your shows. The number 5 Daily Trivia Questions.
In Washington, D.C., power flows through information. But what happens when the most sensitive military intelligence in the world ends up on the wrong phone? In the halls of power, a national security advisor makes a fatal miscalculation. On the other side of the world, a special forces team walks into a perfectly orchestrated trap. When the dust settles, 4 American soldiers are dead, 3 more captured. And the most catastrophic intelligence breach in modern history is just beginning to unravel. Signal Lost, a 6-part podcast thriller about betrayal, courage, and the devastating consequences of a world where even our most guarded communications are never truly secure. When everyone is listening, nowhere is safe. Signal Lost. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where Trump is going to get Greenland someday, this is Ballot.
That's right, just like how I'm going to get Cindy Sweeney one day. Let's hit this. President Trump is absolutely fuming at Putin. In a recent NBC News interview, our commander-in-chief declared he was very angry and pissed off at the Russian leader. Why? Because Putin had the audacity to suggest replacing Ukrainian President Zelensky with a transitional government. Trump, who just last week was calling Zelensky sick and incorrectly labeling him a dictator, is now suddenly Ukraine's biggest defender. The president threatened Russia with secondary tariffs if they don't play nice. There will be a 25% tariff on all oil, a 25 to 50-point tariff on all oil, Trump declared, presumably while pacing around in his bathrobe during this early morning phone call. Now, for those who don't speak Trump tariff, that means if you buy Russian oil, you can't do business in America. It's his signature move, like when your dad threatens to turn this car around right now if everyone doesn't behave. But here's the kicker. Trump then casually mentioned that despite being furious with Putin, they still have a very good relationship, and the anger dissipates quickly. And just right when you thought the tough talk couldn't get tougher, Trump pivoted to Iran, threatening bombing the likes of which they have never seen before if they don't make a nuclear deal. Because nothing says skilled negotiation like threatening to bomb someone into the Stone Age during a weekend phone interview. Meanwhile, Iranian President Pezeshkian has already rejected direct negotiations, probably because receiving a letter from Trump is terrifying enough. I imagine it was written in Sharpie with lots of exclamation points and random capitalization. So there you have it. Our president is simultaneously furious at Putin while maintaining their beautiful friendship, all while casually threatening multiple countries over the phone like he's ordering takeout. And they say American diplomacy is dead. So President Trump has decided he really, really wants Greenland. When NBC News asked if he'd had conversations about annexing it, Trump responded with his signature restraint. We'll get Greenland, yeah, 100%. Because nothing says reasonable foreign policy like coveting an autonomous territory that's repeatedly said, no thanks. Vice President Vance visited a U.S. military base there Friday and essentially told Denmark they're terrible landlords who've been neglecting Greenland's security. He basically encouraged Greenland to break up with Denmark so America could swoop in with its best pickup lines. It's like watching your friend hit on someone at a bar by insulting their current partner. Bold strategy. When asked if military force was on the table, Trump said, "No, I never take military force off the table. but I think there's a good possibility that we could do it without military force. That's reassuring. Like telling someone, I probably won't punch you in the face, but I'm definitely keeping that option open. Trump explained his reasoning. We need Greenland, very importantly, for international security. We have to have Greenland. I haven't heard someone this desperate for real estate since my neighbor's 3-hour homeowners association rant about getting the community gazebo. Denmark's foreign minister responded by saying, this is not how you speak to your close allies, which might be the most polite way possible of saying, what the actual heck? Meanwhile, Greenland's new prime minister said the comments showed a lack of respect. You think? When NBC asked what message acquiring Greenland would send to Russia, which has been expanding its own territory, Trump responded with remarkable candor. I don't really think about that. I don't really care. Because why consider global implications when you can just collect territories like they're monopoly properties? In other news, Trump still has confidence in his national security team, despite Signalgate, where his national security advisor accidentally included a journalist in a text chain discussing a military strike. Because nothing says top-notch security like accidentally adding a reporter to your bombing Yemen group chat. And lastly, Trump couldn't care less if automakers raise prices because of his 25% tariff on imports. His solution? People are going to buy American-made cars. Problem solved. Just like how I solved my coffee addiction by switching to energy drinks. Vice President J.D. Vance boldly ventured to Greenland last week, where he discovered 2 shocking facts. It's ridiculously cold, and nobody there wants America to own their country. Who could have seen that coming? Our brave vice president arrived at Patuxent Space Base wearing jeans and a parka, but, plot twist, no hat or gloves in -3-degree weather. Nobody told me, he explained to laughing troops. I mean, who would expect a place with green in its name to be covered in ice? It's false advertising. Greenland's officials made it crystal clear the Americans weren't welcome for a visit. The White House had to cancel Usha Vance's planned goodwill tour involving dog sled races and chats with locals. Nothing says we come in peace like being rejected from attending a dog sled race. Confined to the American base, Vance delivered a scathing critique of Denmark, claiming they have not done a good job by the people of Greenland and have underinvested in security. It's like breaking into your neighbor's house to tell them their furniture arrangement is terrible. Vance added they expect to cut a deal Donald Trump style with Greenland. Because if there's one thing that inspires confidence in international diplomacy, it's the phrase Trump-style negotiation. Portions of today's program were made with the help of Putin, which always helps our Russian download numbers, J.D. Vance, who does not, and AI.
It is the world's most secretive election. When a pope dies, ancient traditions begin. A silver hammer, a destroyed ring, over 100 cardinals locked away from the world, choosing the next leader of 1 billion faithful. White Smoke. The Path to a New Pope, from Calaroga Shark Media, wherever you get your podcasts.